Hello. So I haven't flown in 4 weeks to the day. And in fact, it's been so long since I have flown or landed that this time next week, I won't be allowed to land. That's another day. But today, I'm going to London. Why London? Because that's the only place I know how to get to. 3-day trip. 3-day trip. The captain is getting IOE, so it's a 4-pilot crew, which means this is going to be a stupid easy trip. Not a jinx. Yeah, let's go. I said it's a 3-day trip. It's a London trip. DFW London, leaving at 4:50 p.m., arriving at 8:05 a.m. the next day. Nice long overnight, and then I do London back to Dallas, leaving at noon, getting back at 4:05 p.m. the same day, because that's how time zones work. Now, on the first day of duty, our report time is 3:50 p.m. We depart 1 hour later at 4:50 p.m. We arrive at London at 8:05 a.m. again, which is 2:05 a.m. Dallas time. We then have a 26-hour and 26-minute overnight. The next day, I report at 11 a.m., which is 5 a.m. Dallas time. We depart at noon in London, arrive in Dallas at 4:05 p.m. My total time away from base is 48 hours and 45 minutes. Total flight time is 19 hours and 20 minutes. Now, that's total flight time. That is gate to gate. As you'll soon see, I don't fly anywhere near 19 hours and 20 minutes, but I get paid for the whole thing because that's how my job works. Let's go. So I parked my car in the very sketchy and now actually unsafe DFW Airport employee lot. We have many cars have been broken into, and the airport doesn't care, and wait for the employee bus to head into the terminal, clear security, and head to get coffee. Now, the coffee I'm getting is not to drink now. It's for later. I have a great Zozurushi thermos I use to keep my coffee hot because as the relief pilot, I take a break right after takeoff. So I do not want to be fully caffeinated and wired. I want this coffee for later. And their mobile ordering was a lie today. I had to wait in line. Poor me. Got on board the 777-300. This was my seat as the FC. So this is what I can see. I can't see the engine instruments. I can just kind of see the corner there. This is a sample flight plan of a flight plan similar to the one we use for our flight. So you can see it's Kirkland flight number 939 in the top left-hand corner. You can see the tail number next to it. DFW to London, alternate of Dublin. We need 172.9 in the tanks at the gate, and to take off, we need 164.9. So that's a good spread, for start up, taxi out, and a little bit of delays. We're burning 128.7. We're planning to arrive at 42.1, and that's equal to 2 hours and 56 minutes of fuel when we arrive. Now, we have lots of fuel numbers here, right? To get to Dublin, we need 16.8, 109 minutes, and 324 nautical miles. Dispatch gave us an extra 6,000 pounds. That's 23 minutes. To taxi IDFW, we need 2,000 pounds. That's 20 minutes. So again, there's lots of fuel numbers here. It's just a few that we look at. As far as how long it takes to get there, on this day with the winds and the routing, we're blocked for 8 hours and 45 minutes, but we'll actually take 8 hours and 21 minutes with this sample flight plan. My actual flight plan, it was even better. Is even less time. But this is what I'm showing you because I can't show you the real one. But this is, every day the flight is blocked for the same amount of time. The actual plan could be more or less depending on the winds and routing. Flight over was pretty normal turbulence. I had a good break, and then I took over again, just over Canada. I did the whole ocean crossing. The captain did a great landing on 27 right. Calm winds, beautiful skies. He had a little bit of a float, which is normal when you're first learning the airplane. I did the same thing, and he kept the nose off because we're all told that nose will go down quickly. So he kind of rubbed the nose just a little bit and then touched the nose down very gently, and we made our way toward the gate. Unfortunately, we had no gate and had to do some taxiing around, which was it's a very long airplane. So he got a lot of taxi practice going around the airport. And we pulled into a gate that was a hard stand, and it was a very difficult gate to maneuver into. And then we got very, very, very close to the parking sensor. We kept saying, wow, we're getting really close. And as you can see, when we parked, it was very, 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 very close. But again, they're extremely accurate and parked just fine, deplaned via stairs, unfortunately. And then we went out to the bus and got on board for our ride to the hotel. It's about 45 minutes to an hour ride. The buses all have Wi-Fi. They're really nice buses, and restrooms on some of them even though I never used a restroom on this bus. Nice, comfortable ride. I kind of just chill, relax. I don't really fall asleep. Get to the hotel, check in, and now a debrief. So here we are in London again. That's fine. Trip was okay. I picked this trip because the captain, I could see on the crew roster, the captain was doing IOE, right? So I was hoping for a nice long break time. And funny enough, the FB, the other relief pilot, very senior, he flew with the captain on a Dublin trip just yesterday. He got finished yesterday. And he traded into this trip because the captain was doing IOE and wanted a nice long break. Well, we didn't know, we could not have known. The captain getting trained has been on the wide bodies for years. So he didn't need any of the oceanic crossing stuff. He knew that down pat. So we didn't get a nice long break. In fact, we got like a standard break. We had a 3 hour and 25-minute break. And so that meant, you know, we were up earlier than I expected to because the captain being trained, he did want more time to prepare for arriving in London. He wanted an hour, which is fine. It's his choice. It's fine. So that meant when my break was over, I went up, came down from the bunk area and got myself ready and got in the seat and getting situated. I'm like, wait a minute. We're still over Canada. Like, we haven't even entered the tracks yet. Fine, whatever. Crossing was fine. No issues at all. A few bumps, nothing major. Coming in London, also surprisingly easier than normal. Normally we have to hold. Didn't need to hold today. He got a short vectored into the into 27 right. He made a very good landing for his first landing in the airplane. Unfortunately, we didn't have a gate, so we reminded a little bit. Stream of consciousness, right? It's currently 3:52 in the morning in Dallas. We left Dallas late. We had an MEL we were trying to get clarification on as far as how making sure we complied with the routing requirements. I won't get into the specifics. So we left the gate 40 minutes late. Part of the MEL, also part we had some late baggage arrive as well. But the flight was overblocked anyway. So we ended up landing early. We landed like 25 minutes early because of the overblocking, because of better winds and yada. But no gate available because there's another airline on our gate. So we had to wait. Then it gave us a hard stand, meaning we had the plane via stairs. So that took a while. It is what it is, right? Anyways, at the hotel now. It is 9:53 in the morning, 3:53 in Dallas. I'm going to bed now. I'm doing this before I go to bed because I can get it out of my head easier. But one leg home tomorrow, of course. We might get a longer break tomorrow, maybe, because the captain is very familiar with Dallas. So maybe because the flight back is longer anyway. So we'll have to see. But happy to be flying again. I'm not flying, but I'm flying. So there's that. All right. What else? That's it. All right. It continues. All right. Well, I'm awake from my nap now. It is now 2:27. A little more tired than I think I used to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. So far, I've gotten two things. I have a night retainer. Got that at home. And I only brought one European power adapter, which is, I'm surviving. I have a multi USB splitter device. It's right there. So I have like 8 cables coming off of it. It's a very high power USB device, so it's not the end of the world. But now I'm going to go and explore the city, and not terribly hungry, but find something to eat, get some carbs in so I can stay awake until at least 8, 9 o'clock tonight, which is only like 1 in the afternoon Dallas time, I think. All right, let's do this. It was a very nice day in London. Sunny, a little bit cloudy. I started walking around and I came upon this. It was a festival. I believe it was a Hindi festival. Very neat to come upon. And again, I had never been to this part of town before. So it was interesting seeing this architecture in the buildings and whatever monument that is. I should look it up and I'll probably put it on the screen. But walked around quite a bit. And of course, I did go to the Westminster Bridge and I watched people get scammed. And I actually learned how that ball game works. It's always a scam. But I did see a guy who knew the scam and tried
to actually win the money and walk away, and a confrontation occurred. And I was using my meta glasses, so I only filmed the confrontation part, not when he was trying to get his money and walk away. But yeah, don't play these games. I like watching because I like people watching. I'm also a huge car person. I'm always looking at cars. That's what I do, especially in other countries. And I was really surprised to see a Ford Mustang Mach-E as an emergency vehicle in London. Most of the time I see BMWs and Mercedes and local vehicles, but a Ford Mustang Mach-E, hey, pretty neat. I've gotten very well versed in using the tube. I have my iPhone set up for my express transit settings, so I can just tap my phone, not even unlock it, just tap my phone, and my credit card pops up automatically, and I enter and exit the turnstiles. Headed back to my part of town, and I was going to go to Whole Foods for some dinner. And so I called my wife on FaceTime right in front of Whole Foods. This is a Sunday evening. And I'm telling her about my day because she's getting ready to go to a play in Fort Worth with the kids. And then we end the phone call, and then I turn around to go into Whole Foods, and I see security guards. And I look at the sign. They close at 6 p.m. It was now exactly 6 p.m. If I had not called my wife, I could have gone to Whole Foods. Instead, I found some very, very, very mediocre Thai food. Like, it was green curry, and it was so bland. I have never had that bland of Thai food before. And I also saw these French tacos. No, thank you. But I went to the hotel, and I started getting ready to go to bed. I went to bed around 9:30 at night, which again is 3:30 Dallas time. Woke up around 6 a.m. the next day, had breakfast in the hotel. They gave us a very good discount, about $6 for breakfast. I thought about going for a walk, but I said, I'm just going to chill and play some Madden before the van.
Oh, good morning. Notice the nice missing paint on the wall. I just noticed that in the video. It is currently 8 a.m. here in London, 2 a.m. in Dallas. I've been awake since 6:30 a.m. I had breakfast in the hotel. Van time, it's more than an hour away. I don't give exact times because people are weird. Not you, but you know who you are. And anyways, I have some time to kill, so I'm going to play some Madden. I am playing as the Panthers. I'm a little bit of a sadist. No more Cowboys for me. If you know, you know, because Charlotte, whatever. And I'm watching some Whovies Garage to kill some time before getting ready. All right. Good morning. It continues.
Got on the hotel van and headed toward the airport. And once again, we were given a hard stand. Again, less than ideal. We had to board via stairs. It is what it is, right? Now, since the captain was getting IOE, the check airman and the captain did the walk around, and the FB and I did the inside. So the FB did the pre-flight, the flight deck, and I just made the bunks, and we got ready to go. Very short taxi to 27 right. And once again, I found the footage of our takeoff. The check airman decided to fly the flight back, so he flew from the right seat. And it was only a second time giving IOE, so it was only his first time actually flying in the right seat while giving IOE. So we line up on the runway, and in London, you do not stop on the runway. They have to utilize their runways as much as they can, so we actually were told to line up and wait after the United plane took off. So we were actually crossing the whole short line while United was still, even they haven't even given the takeoff power yet. So we got into position, clear for takeoff, and away we went. Again, it was a 777-300 both ways on this trip. And if you zoom in really close, you can see me. You can't see me, but I'm behind the FO seat. Again, this is a crazy long airplane. Each time I see it from the side, it's crazy how long this plane is. And again, this is the biggest plane at my airline. The 777-300 holds more people and more passengers and cargo than the 787-900 at my airline. But up and away we went, and we did take a much more northerly route than we normally do. Normally we fly around the 50 degrees of latitude on the way back. Due to the headwinds, we flew much, much higher. On the way back, we're going up into the 60s and 70s, the 60-degree latitude, up over Greenland and Iceland, which we have never been that far north before as far as when I've been flying the airplane. It would have been great to see. The captain and the two captains said it was beautiful. Why didn't I see it? Because I was sleeping. I had about a 4-hour and change break on the way back, so I slept all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. I took over my shift just over Canada, and up front the entire rest of the flight, I was pilot flying on this leg. I was pilot monitoring on the way to London. Had to do a little bit of jogging around some storms. Made it into DFW right on time, into the gate, cleared customs, headed home, and once I got home, my wife told me that her her work travel trip did cancel, so I could have had a flying trip. It is what it is. And back home, trip was good overall. It was a good trip. I'm not gonna lie. On the way there, the break was shorter than we wanted to. It is what it is. This morning, woke up earlier than I wanted to, but it was fine. Had breakfast in the hotel. I did have coffee. Went to the airport and I lost my. Then I left my Red Bull in security because they had to screen it by itself, and I didn't pick it up. I got picked for extra screening because London's weird. I got a free massage. Did that. The crossing was fine. We went way north, as you probably already saw, and I slept until we were over Canada. So my break was a 4-hour break. That was kind of nice. Got up front, and I was flying on the way back. As far as my duty period went, 4.5 hours up front, and landed in Dallas on time. Nice to fly again, and hopefully the video continues. So let's talk about the numbers for my 3-day trip as far as what they all look like, right? I was away from home for just under 50 hours, including my commute to and from work. It's driving 9.9 miles. I flew 18 hours and 49 minutes. That is about 31 minutes under block time. I get paid block or better, meaning if the trip is scheduled for, in this case, 19 hours and 20 minutes, and I fly under that, I get 19 hours and 20 minutes worth of pay. If I fly over that, I get the overage. Of that 18 hours and 49 minutes, I spent 7 hours and 40 minutes in the back on break. So I really worked about 11 hours. Not too bad. Just putting it out there. As far as my hourly wage, I get paid roughly $2.86 an hour. I get paid $55, $35, and 35 cents for the trip. It's reserved, that's why I would be being paid or compensated. My per diem was $165.81, and we have something here called international pay. It was $96.67. Not bad for a 3-day trip. Hope this video is entertaining. If you have the ability or you like my videos, I am on many social platforms. They're all around my head right now. I would appreciate a follow or a subscribe. I'm never going to ask you for any money. I don't want donations or any kind of supporting thing. I do this to get the information out. You subscribing and commenting is thanks enough. Have a great day, and as always, thank you for stopping by.